Salam everyone. So in this video we continue our discussion on our beloved Swami Sri Sathya Sai and his philosophy. Well, in some of my videos I speak about different stories, sweet memories, personal experiences regarding Sri Sathya Sai, but in some of my videos I discuss exactly his philosophy, his teaching. Well, and I think that we have, it's very important to study, to learn, his philosophy, his divine discourses, because it's like map. We just travel through this life, we experience spiritual evolution, and, to practice, to grow spiritually, we need guide and philosophy. Sathya Sai philosophy is extremely important to understand what's actually happened, where we go actually in this life. Well, just now I keep in my hands one wonderful book, that 34 divine discourses by our beloved Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and that's 1984, very famous discourses of Sathya Sai. That's August and September 1984. Well, that's based on Bhagavad Gita. And let us just speak about certain teaching which we can see in chapter number 20. And okay, about ignorance and wisdom. In this video I'm going to use some Sanskrit words, some Sanskrit terminology, and I think it's very important for everyone, not only for Indians and Hindu people, just it's globally important to use Sanskrit terminology, because Sanskrit language, the most ancient language, it has certain special divine vibration, and some philosophical terms you can't even properly translate. Of course, when we speak about wisdom, okay, in Sanskrit we call it jnana or jnana. Well, better to know both, okay, original term and translation, wisdom. And then ignorance, that's ajnana or ajnana. Well, unfortunately, the first step of our life is basically ignorance. That's the starting point of our spiritual life. And then, very interesting, Sathya Sai is telling us that we can remove this ignorance not by struggling with ignorance, but to develop jnana or wisdom. Okay, suppose you have any problem, it's like, for example, health problem. Of course you can struggle with all that diseases, problems, but that's not really a perfect idea. But the best idea, not to struggle with something which you want to avoid, but just keep focus and move towards what you really wish to achieve. So it means if you have health problems, better not to struggle with health problems, but to make your physical health stronger. So, very interesting approach. Okay, if we speak about ignorance or ajnana in Sanskrit, the best way, Sathya Sai tells us, is not to struggle with ignorance, but to develop wisdom. Okay, the beginning point of this ignorance is actually body consciousness. Body in Sanskrit means deha. When you think that you are physical body, so means deha. But physical body, I'm just telling about, okay, the Sathya Sai teaching, just quotes. The main stuff for the physical body is karma. Karma means not just karma, which we know from Buddhist literature, but I mean karma is action. Actually, karma means not only karma, how we normally use it, but this word. But karma means just action. So the body is born to act, karma. Okay, and then Sathya Sai tells us that this action, karma, actually brings raga. Raga means attachments. Okay, if you act, you can be attached. Yeah, quite often it's happened. And then Sathya Sai is telling that the next step is Dvaita. Dvaita means duality. So it means I am separate from other people, I'm separate from the universe, I'm separate from the God. So duality, not oneness, okay? And this Dvaita or duality means that's exactly the root point, the seed of Ajnana or ignorance. And then, this ignorance brings dukkha. Dukkha means a Sanskrit word for sorrow, suffering, problems, whatever, sufferings. Mostly that's the meaning of dukkha. So we have just, step by step. And this ignorance, because of duality, creates body consciousness, attachments, action, and then finally suffering. And then Sathya Sai tells us that if you wish to remove suffering, if you wish to experience bliss, happiness, you have to achieve jnana, to awake jnana, which is wisdom. And what does mean wisdom? And one more, okay, today actually we have so many Sanskrit words, one more wonderful Sanskrit word, which is Atma Chaitanya. Atma Chaitanya means consciousness of the absolute self. One of the most important philosophical term for Sathya Sai actually, as you know, Atma. Atma means absolute self or absolute consciousness, and that's true reality of each and every human being. Okay, how can we experience that? Because philosophically or intellectually speaking, well, sound nice, but how to experience that actually? We have to practice meditation, contemplation, and then we can experience this oneness, this absolute consciousness, and then we can develop this quality of jnana or wisdom, and then ignorance just disappears. That's what happened. Sairam, God bless all of us, and of course, please study divine discourses of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai. It's a source of knowledge, wisdom, Vedanta. Sairam.
Om Bhurбhuvassuham Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayantam